Welcome to Vietnamese podcast for beginner, created by SVFF, tiếng Việt giọng miền Nam cho người nước ngoài. Podcast number 2. Topic: What's your name? Anh tên gì? Chào bạn, mình tên là Phi. My name is Phi. Let's learn Vietnamese today with me. In this podcast, you will learn how to ask a person's name and also how to tell people your name. We will also learn the predicates là and also learn the question word gì. It means what. Before we start on the lesson, listen to a conversation between Trung and Phong. Trung and Phong meet each other for the first time. Now listen to the conversation.
Dạ, chào anh.
Chào em.
Dạ.
Cho anh hỏi em tên gì?
Dạ, em tên Trung. Vậy còn anh?
Anh tên Phong.
Dạ.
Done. Now let's analyze the conversation to learn about how to ask a person's name and how to answer a person's name. And also, we will learn some grammar points and vocabulary from this conversation. So first of all, Trung said, dạ, chào anh. Chào anh. So you can see that Trung is a bit younger than Phong. And of course, Phong is a guy, right? If you are Vietnamese or you know Vietnamese well enough, Trung and Phong are male names or a guy's name. Dạ, chào anh. Yeah, usually put in the front of the sentence when a younger person talking to an older person to show respect. Dạ, chào anh. Phong continue. Chào em. Chào em. So Phong say hi back and Phong continues. Cho anh hỏi, em tên gì? Cho anh hỏi, em tên gì? Hỏi, to ask. Cho, to let. Cho anh hỏi, let me ask you a question. Cho anh hỏi. In other words, you can translate to this. May I ask you questions? Cho anh hỏi. Cho anh hỏi. Phong continues. Em tên gì? Em tên gì? Tên, name. Gì is a question word. What? Tên gì? Em tên gì? So literally, if you translate to English, it sounds like you name what. So it means what's your name? Em tên gì? So this is the sentence you use to ask a person's name. Em tên gì? Now let's say you want to ask an old man who is 2 generations older than you, and you want to ask his name. How would you ask in Vietnamese? Ông tên gì? Ông tên gì? Sometimes they may add the word là into the questions. For example, instead of saying only em tên gì, Vietnamese may say like this. Em tên là gì? Em tên là gì? Là is a predicate, links the subject of a sentence to the pronoun or the noun. Em tên là gì? So let's go to the next sentence. Now, Trung answer the question. Em tên Trung. Em tên Trung. My name is Trung. To answer the what question gì, simply replace gì by the answer. So to answer the question em tên gì, replace gì by the name. Em tên gì? Em tên Trung. Em tên là gì? Em tên là Trung. So to answer your name, use this structure. em tên plus your name. And of course, em here can be changed depending on your age or the listener's age and their genders too. To make it simple, so all of the examples I will use em. Em tên Trung. Trung continues. Còn anh. How about you? Phong answer. Anh tên Phong. That's all for the conversation. Now listen to the conversation one more time.
Dạ, chào anh.
Chào em.
Dạ,
Cho anh hỏi em tên gì?
dạ em tên Trung. Vậy còn anh?
Anh tên Phong.
Dạ.
Good. Let's move to practice. You would translate these sentences into Vietnamese.
Useful language. Number 1. Imagine that you're talking to a guy that is a little bit older than you, and you want to say, "Excuse me, what's your name?" How would you say that in Vietnamese? Cho anh hỏi, em tên gì? Cho anh hỏi, em tên gì? Number 2. You're talking to someone who is a little bit older than you, and you want to say, "My name is Trung." How would you say that in Vietnamese? Em tên Trung. Em tên Trung. Number 3. You're talking to a woman that is a little bit older than you, and you want to say, "How about you?" How would you say that in Vietnamese? Còn chị. Còn chị.
Next section, vocabulary. Let's review some vocabularies from the dialogue.
Vocabulary. Name. Tên. May I ask, or excuse me. Cho hỏi. Cho hỏi. Talk later. Nói chuyện sau. Nói chuyện sau.
This is the end of the podcast. So in this lesson, we have learned how to ask and answer about names. Some grammar points such as the predicates là and also the question word gì. You can download the PDF, the audio of the full lesson, vocabulary, or dialogue only from the page. We also create crosswords for learners to review the vocabulary. And also, if you have feedback for us, feel free to send us your suggestion. We appreciate that. And this is the end of the podcast. See you in the next podcast. Chào bạn.